In this video, we will look at multiplying two decimal numbers using a number line. The focus of this standard is to use models, drawings, and strategies based on place value to compute problems. Let's take a look at how we can solve 6/10 times 27 hundredths using a number line. To begin with, I want to estimate so that once I have my final answer, I can help determine its reasonableness. I know that 6/10 is close to 1 whole, and then I can leave 27 hundredths as it is then, because I know 1 times 27 hundredths is equal to 27 hundredths. This would let me know that my answer will be around 27 hundredths. However, I actually know that it's going to be a bit less than 27 hundredths since I'm multiplying 27 hundredths times 6/10, and that is less than 1 whole. So it will be kind of close to 27 hundredths, but less than that. So to begin with, what I want to think about here is that I can read this expression, 6/10 times 27 hundredths. I can also read that as 6/10 of 27 hundredths. And that means that I'm going to need to find some number of tenths of 27 hundredths. I'm finding 6/10 of 27 hundredths. This allows me to set up my number line. So what I'm going to need to do is create a number line. And I'm going to have this number line represent all the way from 0 to 27 hundredths. Because what I want to find is 6/10 of 27 hundredths. So that means I'm going to take this 27 hundredths and I'm going to split it into 10 equal parts, or in tenths, so that I can then find 6/10 of 27 hundredths. So first thing is I will split this number line into 10 equal parts. Okay. Next thing I want to think about is, well, what does each segment represent? Well, I know that each segment on this number line represents a tenth of 27 hundredths. And I know that a tenth of 27 hundredths is 27 thousandths, because what a tenth of 27 hundredths means is making 27 hundredths 10 times smaller. So that would be 27 thousandths. So that means that I know that each segment is going to represent 27 thousandths. So now I can number this number line. So I know I'm going to begin with 27 thousandths. Then the next one would be 54 thousandths. Then I would have 81 thousandths. And I'm just counting by 27 thousandths here, since each tenth represents 27 thousandths. So now here is 108 thousandths. Now we are at 135 thousandths, 162 thousandths, then 189 thousandths, 27 thousandths more would put me at 216 thousandths. Next would be 243 thousandths. And then 27 thousandths more than that would put us up to 27 hundredths. So now I have my number line split into 10 equal parts. This 27 hundredths is split into tenths. And now I know what I need to find is 6/10 of this 27 hundredths. So what I'll do there, so right here, that's 1/10 of 27 hundredths. This would be 2/10 of 27 hundredths, 3/10, 4/10, 5/10, 6/10. So here's where I land when I take 6/10 of 27 hundredths. I land at 162 thousandths. And so what that shows me is that 6/10 of 27 hundredths is 162 thousandths. And I know this answer is reasonable. We estimated that our answer would be around 27 hundredths, but actually a bit less than that, since we were multiplying by 6/10 instead of 1 whole. And I would say that 162 thousandths is pretty close to 27 hundredths. So this is quite reasonable. So again, this shows us how we can multiply two decimal numbers on a number line.